Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is chocolate cola cake. You make it with your favorite cola, whatever brand that you prefer, and it comes out so delicate, so light. It is a great tasting cake. It really is, and it's pretty darn easy to make. So let's get started. First, let's get our dry ingredients ready for this cola cake. We're going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour into a large bowl. We're also going to be putting in 2 cups of granulated sugar into the flour. You're going to be putting in also 3 tablespoons of baking cocoa. That is the unsweetened, okay? And then I'm just going to take my spatula and just stir it just a little bit to combine it, like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, just a little quick stir. Okay, and then we're going to just set that aside. Now, on the wet ingredients, what you're going to do is you're going to put 1 cup in a pan. This is going to be put on your stove. 1 cup of your favorite cola. So you have your 1 cup of cola, and you're going to put that in a pot, pan, that type of thing. Okay? You're also going to be putting in 2 sticks of butter. Now, if you don't have butter and you have margarine, go ahead and use it. What you'll do is you'll put your butter, the 2 sticks, and the 1 cup of cola, soft drink, into the pan and bring it to a boil. Doesn't have to boil for so many minutes. Just wait till it comes to a complete boil, and then just set the pan on the side. You want it to be not boiling hot when we start to mix it, but it can be still warm, as mine is, you know, it's still warm to the touch, this pot that came off the stove. Again, wait till it does come to a boil and then take that mixture off, okay? Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to pour over this liquid over the batter. Not the batter, I'm sorry, the dry ingredients. Just pour that right in, like that. Okay? The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to use a 1/2 cup of buttermilk. If you don't like buttermilk, maybe you don't have buttermilk, use your regular milk. That would be fine. Okay? And then I'm going to pour that right in. Now, what I like about that milk going in, I had it at room temperature, but it's still going to help cool things down a little bit. Okay? The next thing you're going to be putting in is 2 eggs. Go ahead and beat them though, okay? And put that right into that liquid. All right? Okay. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to put 1 teaspoon of baking soda right in the bowl, just like that. And you're going to be putting in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then just with your spoon or your spatula, just start to combine this and mix it into a cake batter. Now, you don't need a mixer for this. You could use a hand mixer if you prefer, or a whisk. That's up to you. But just mix it till that the lumps and bumps of it are, you know, pretty well mixed. Now, this batter is going to be thin, so don't be concerned or worried about it and think, oh, maybe I did something wrong. As long as you measure everything correctly, it's going to come out just fine. And it will be more of a watery batter, or a thin batter, I should really say, as you can kind of see the thinness of it, okay? And I just want to stir it for just a little bit longer here, just so you know everything's combined. And again, it's going to be a thinner batter than you're used to. All right? Okay. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to put in marshmallows, and I use the mini marshmallows, and you want to use 1.5 cups of those, and just put that in and then stir it into your batter. 1.5 cups of mini marshmallows. Okay? The next thing is, and if you don't like nuts, or maybe you can't eat nuts, somebody's allergic, leave them out. But put 1 cup of chopped nuts. If you want to put walnuts, you want to put pecans, you want to put whatever kind of nut that you want, and then just blend that into the mixture. Okay? So it will look like this. Alrighty? Alright. Now, the next thing, of course, we're going to need some pans to bake it in. Now, you can use 2 8 or 9-inch round pans. I have used a solid shortening. I dusted them with flour. Go ahead and use your parchment paper circles if you want. That's up to you. And what I'm going to do next, of course, is just to start to pour this batter into the pans. You want to try to make sure that they're equal, so one layer isn't, you know, much larger than the other. And if your marshmallows look like there's more in one than the other, then just take your spoon and you know, take them out and add them to the other one. If you feel that it looks like, oh, maybe too many, you know, went into one pan and not the other. Now, if you don't want to use the round pans, as I have, then go ahead and use a 13 by 9. That might even be easier for you. Now, you're going to bake these cakes, these layers for your 13 by 9 in 375, okay? And it's going to take you anywhere from 25 to maybe 35 minutes. So you're going to need to check on them, okay? Because, as you know, all ovens set up so differently, okay? But at 375 preheated oven, put them in for baking. Now, as they bake, I always find that some of these marshmallows are going to actually puff up, and they're gonna rise above the cake that's being baked. Don't worry about it. If it does happen, and you will have some of them that definitely will do that, others will sort of melt right into and bake into the cake itself. Others will pop up. Then what I do is I actually just take a piece of foil, and tent these pans the last 10 minutes or so. Okay, and what you're trying to do is prevent any of those marshmallows to getting burned or scorched. Okay, so I just kind of tent it the last 10 minutes of baking. If you're not worried about the marshmallows becoming a little bit scorched looking, then don't use the foil. But I think you will prefer to tent them with a piece of foil the last 10 minutes of baking. And again, some of them will bake up on the top, others will melt in and bake into the cake itself. But it's not going to make the difference in the taste of the cake, or even really the appearance, because this particular cake is supposed to look bumpy. It's not really supposed to be completely smooth looking. Now, I want to show you one that's baked up, and one that also has been frosted. Now, I'm going to have a separate video for the frosting for this cola chocolate cake. It would just make the video way too long to do it right now. Now, what I did was, after I frosted it, okay, with the frosting, again, that I'm going to put another video on, then I garnished it with chocolate chips and chocolate jimmies or chocolate sprinkles. Now, you don't have to do that. If you would prefer, you can also just go ahead and in the recipe, I'll tell you, you can put actually a cup of nuts in your frosting too. It's really up to you. I make the frosting without the nuts, but you know, as I said, it'll be in another video, because I like to garnish the cake again with chocolate chips and chocolate jimmies. But look at how beautiful and nice and tall that this cake bakes up to. And I'm going to get a knife here and cut into it so that you'll be able to see what this cake looks like, as well as the crumb of the cake, that kind of thing. Okay, there we go. All right, I didn't really quite cut down into it as much as I should have. Okay, but I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to see it or not, but you'll be able to see this beautiful chocolate and the nuts that you put into it, and it's so light and so delicate. The crumb on the cake, let me grab a fork here just to show you, it pulls away ever so easy. Look at that, how light and fragile this cake is. It really is just delicious with a cup of coffee or tea or a glass of cold milk. This is a relatively easy cake to make, used with your favorite cola drink. And there you have it. I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake. As a reminder, you're going to find my videos only shown on YouTube. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe, and also if you try this cake and you liked it, well, leave a comment, because I'd like to hear from you. Oh, and don't forget, please give me a like if you do like this cake. So many thanks for watching. This is Diane Lovetobake, and I'll see you soon.